Hi, my name's Heather O'Neill, and this is my All About Me introduction video for my portfolio. So my personal information, I'm married with two boys. My husband is a mechanical engineer and recently became the engineering director. My family and I run a small farm called Little McBrothers Farm. We used to do the farmers market, but we do make jams and jellies and sell produce in the summer, along with chicken eggs. We raise cows, pigs, chickens, and ducks. Now mostly they're pets. We also have 3 dogs and 6 cats. I'm in my 14th year of education. I started on a provisional license in 2006 when I became a SPED teacher in Minneapolis, Kansas. I was a K through 6 teacher. At that time, I went back to school and got my master's in special education through Fort Hays State. I moved from there in 2013 and took a 4-year break from teaching, which is when I put a lot more time and effort into creating our farm. But during that time, I also did some behavior consulting and parent volunteering, as well as many other various activities with the school, joining PTO and such. I'm currently working as a functional special education teacher. I have grades 6 through 12. This year, I'm mentoring 3 teachers right now, and they range from a K through 5 ED teacher, a 5th and 6th grade resource room teacher, and a 9th through 12th grade functional special ed teacher. I'm also working with a teacher in Valley who has middle school and high school students. Valley's a neighboring school district, with a student of his with some behavior issues. So my educational background, I graduated from Washburn High School in 2001. I graduated from Bethany College in 2005 with my elementary education degree, K through 6, with an endorsement in PE, K through 9, and I also have a concentration in social studies. Then I graduated from Fort Hays State in 2009 with my master's degree in special education. And I'm planning to graduate, hopefully soon enough this May, with my master's in building leadership. So, on to my personal goals. So, my personal goals in the next few years are definitely to finish school, to not take any college classes again. Okay, maybe just for a while. Travel more with my family. As I'm finished with school, I want to invest my time back into my boys before the time passes. They're 3rd and 7th grade this year, and to continue improving my home and my land. So, as I continue on my personal goals for the next 6 to 10 years would be to support my husband to go back. He's potentially wanting to go back to get his PhD. So since I've done a lot of schooling, I think I could support him as well, to do that and hold my end up of the bargain. I want to support my boys through junior high and high school, and attend as many activities I can for my boys. I want to keep improving my, our land and enjoying my family time, and keep teaching and learning daily. I don't see myself leaving the classroom for a while, even if I can evolve into an administration role. I think that's important to keep that up. So, beyond 10 years, which just seems crazy, like it seems so far away, but at the same time so close. At that point, I'll be hoping to support my oldest at finishing college and having my youngest finishing high school, which seems crazy, makes me a little teary-eyed. I hope at that point to be done with home and land renovations. At that point, maybe just doing some fun tinkering projects. And then, just enjoying our farm and our family time. And again, I want to still be teaching and leading teachers. So in 10 years, who knows where I'll be in the leader aspect of teaching, but I definitely still want to keep teaching and leading. So as far as professional goals, the next 1 to 5 years, my personal goals or my professional goal, even though it says personal, I apologize, is to be a leader in special education. I want to teach teachers to think outside the box and to meet the needs of all students. I want my students to feel supported and gain the knowledge and confidence in my classroom that they would be able to have a job and a family and be a part of society, even though they have struggles and they, are lower than, many other students, that they still are fully capable of being independent and having, a fulfilled life. So, even if they need a bit of support to do that. I think that that is fully a goal that they could strive to do. So I'm definitely strive to do this daily in my classroom and in my community. COVID has kind of put a stop to that, but I try to get kids out in the community to work with the local businesses, which has been successful in the past. And I learned a lot last year doing that as my first year. We didn't get to do it this year, so we were creative at finding in-house jobs for our kiddos, which actually has been really successful. So anyways, I'm excited to see what next year brings for that part of my job. So as I continue the next 6 to 10 years, my goal is to become part of the administration team in my cooperative. Again, I don't want to leave the classroom, and maybe in 6 years I'll change my mind, but I do want to be able to make changes at a broader level, but still lead by example in the trenches and learn daily as a teacher. I feel like if I leave the classroom, my skills are not going to be as sharp as they could be if I'm, having situations that I'm handling all day, every day. I want to become some sort of educational coach or instructional coach. I don't really want to be stuck just on the academic side or the curriculum side. I want to be involved with unique cases, the tough kids that have some behavior concerns that, are right on that borderline that, could be successful in class. So I'm working with students that don't seem to have anyone in their corner, and that's what I really like. I want to be that person in their corner to let them know that, there is a reason to learn these things, to be successful, to work hard. And by teaching and preaching to other teachers, I'm hoping to help them work with tough kids and make them successful at that. So again, beyond 10 years, that still seems crazy, but it'll be here before I know it. I want to continue to make a change, or to continue to make changes in education, and especially be an advocate for special education. I think in 10 to 15 years, I'll be ready to fully move to an administration position, whether that looks like an assistant director position or perhaps even a principal position. I'm still not sure on that. I do know that I want to keep learning and to be the best leader that I can, to be, encourage positive relationships with staff when I do fully move into, that administration role. I think it's important to be able to walk the walk with teachers. If I'm going to ask them to do something, I kind of feel like I should be able to walk the walk. So I think continuing to learn the most that I can about every situation is vital. And why I picked Fort Hays State. Well, I picked Hays because I'd already had a great experience at getting my first master's degree in special education. I knew it would be a little easier at the process to get accepted and started in the program when I decided that this is a new adventure that I wanted to take on. I like the flexibility of the programs, and the cost was affordable for me to be able to pay out of pocket for both master's degrees. It was a stretch, but I was able to not have to take out any loans, thanks to my husband having a good job, because I wouldn't have been able to do that on my teaching salary. And then my initial expectations were that it was going to be so hard I couldn't do it. But when I got going in each class, it was something that each one I learned a lot about, and I liked it. Each time it was like the title would almost scare me to death, like I was not going to be able to survive. And I was completely successful in all of them. They were easy to follow. I liked the layout. Once you got into the program, most classes followed a similar layout, and it was definitely doable while I was working. Even if there were some times where it was tough, I could still manage it working full-time with a family. So I really have enjoyed the program. I would recommend it. I have two mentees doing the apprentice program through Fort Hays as well, and they have nothing but good things to say. So that's been a good experience to be able to share with them as well in a different sense, and discuss our classes as we get going. So I hope that helps to introduce who I am. Again, I'm Heather O'Neill, and I'm a special education teacher in Oskaloosa, Kansas. Thanks.